Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a you versus them love reading for my dearest Aquarius. Aquarius, I'm going to read your energy on the right, your person's energy on the left, and then we're going to see what's happening between you right down the middle. At any point in time, feel free to swap the energies that I may be picking up on. And if these messages do resonate with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, Aquas, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, let's get started. Let's see what comes through here. We're going to start with your person's energy. All right, the Page of Cups in reverse. All right, your energy, the Strength card, Leo energy. And we see the Three of Wands. All right, and the Hermit. So some of you could be dealing with a Virgo here. Or somebody here who has ghosted you, Aquarius. I feel like there's something here that you can't really trust, or this person isn't ready for emotional intimacy, or they weren't completely honest with you about something. All right, we see the Queen of Treasures. So this person could be an earth sign, Virgo in particular, but possibly Taurus or Capricorn. So I do feel like this is someone who takes good care of themselves. They have a lot to offer. And the Four of Pearls. But, you know, I kind of feel like this person, I don't know if they rejected you, Aquarius, or this person isn't really emotionally available. This might be somebody who's a self-proclaimed bachelor or bachelorette here, or somebody who's just, you know, has a really hard time striking that balance between independence and interconnectedness. You're showing up as the Strength card and the King of Pearls in reverse. So you're definitely on the fence here, or there's something about this person's behavior that you're not really sure about. You're not sure if this is something you can emotionally invest in, or maybe you're feeling a bit emotionally drained here. All right, and we see the Four of Spears in reverse. Yeah, but there's something here that makes you feel restless. Maybe even you're starting to feel heartbroken, or you're sensing that, you know, there's potential for heartbreak here with this person. The Three of Wands in reverse tells me this connection is currently blocked. We see the Page of Coral, the Page of Wands. They're viewing this connection, though, as the Page of Wands. So it's almost like that they, you know, they're seeing potential. They're very physically attracted to you. And you're viewing the connection as the Six of Spears, possibly one that you need to move on from. And we see the Five of Pearls in reverse. A lot of you have been focused on your own healing. But I think you're in that energy right now, Aqua, of trying to figure out, should you move on, or is this something that you should try to heal? The Page of Wands tells me this person may be up for trying again, or taking another stab at this. But I feel like they tend to just focus on the physical. And like I'm getting with the Four of Pearls, I don't know if they've rejected you, or you know, they've ghosted, or they're just not that emotionally available. So you do need to watch out for that. All right. And we see the World card. Some of you, they're at a distance from you. I also feel there's been an ending. Yeah, see, I don't think this person's emotionally available. I don't think this person can offer stability to anybody else at this time. Maybe they're very self-centered, self-absorbed. Yeah, I feel like, you know, what I feel, Aqua, I feel you need to be strong. I feel like this person isn't going to necessarily come towards you. If you come towards them, they'll give it another go. Okay? And I want you to be careful with that, because it does feel like it's quite imbalanced, or this has thrown you off balance. And I think you're in this energy of trying to figure out, like, you know, do I give to this connection anymore or not? All right, we see sunglasses. See, yep, I think this person, they do check you out, they watch you, but then they focus out. So hot and cold energy here, Aqua. We see twin flames, but they do recognize that you two do balance each other, that you have a soul tie of some kind. But more so, I feel like this person just feels like you and them really complement each other really well. All right. In your energy, get ready for a new phase. I see that you're leaning, Aqua, more towards rekindling, renewing this connection. Some of you, though, you are kind of changing your mind, because this person doesn't seem to give that much. And I do feel like this has been a heartbreaking or an upsetting situation here that's left you feeling unsure. Like you don't know, maybe you need closure, you don't really know how they feel, or if this is something you should try again. I just feel like you do really like this person, but you're getting these clues here, right? That they're not particularly emotionally available, or they destroy your peace by coming in and rushing back out. We see boundaries, what might be holding your person back. You need to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. But again, I feel like this person is like too boundary oriented, too rigid in their boundaries, where they almost don't, really let anybody in. And we see they fear loneliness deep down. They stay in bad relationships because they're lonely. Be okay with being yourself. So for some of you, this person wears a mask, and that fear of loneliness may be, I kind of feel like they may more have a fear of being left behind, so they don't emotionally invest. They may deal with other options, so they've always got other people to fall back on in case something doesn't work out. I just sense this person is quite closed off to getting emotionally invested because they're worried they're going to get hurt. So Aqua's really, really some big red flags here for sure. Your advice from Spirit is action. Take action. I almost feel like just don't stay where you are. And I also feel like you don't have a whole lot to lose. If you move towards this person, they're going to respond. But if you're waiting for them to come towards you, Aqua, I don't think they're going to do that. And so you're going to have to assess like whether or not this is mutual or not. And we see discernment. So, really assess, be discerning if this is the right connection for you. And we see boundaries. It may be important to have strong boundaries with this person. Now, I do also get this person could be somebody that only wants, the physical. All right. And so they might hit you up for that. But then when it comes to any sort of emotional investment, they disappear or they're not there. So just be careful with that energy. All right. So Aquas, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.